From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no war, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. One world, one voice. Take
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Air Love Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Love himself, Aaron, and I'm here to talk about AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision. I'm going to edit in both one video. We had a great Dynamite on Wednesday. Enjoyed the show from start to finish. We had a great Collision as well this past, Saturday night. Watched it after NXT Vengeance. It was a great wrestling show. I just need to start watching Collision because I'm enjoying Collision more than anything else that goes on, except for AAA. AAA and Collision are right about there. AAA was a great show too, but I really love Collision. So I want to get into this and talk about AEW. Speaking of AEW, get yourself some Prince Nana coffee. That's right. If you need that delicious coffee, love it. Excuse me. For the daily grind, for the late night grind, whatever grind you need it for, get yourself some Prince Nana coffee. Great coffee. I love it. Tastes amazing. And it is my go-to coffee. Click the link. If you're on YouTube, go to my description and click the link below, the affiliated link. If you're watching on Rumble or any other stream, again, go to the YouTube description and click the link and go get yourself some Prince Nana coffee. If you want that Ric Flair energy, the energy like the man Ric Flair, get yourself some Woo Energy at wooenergy.com. Use the promo code Dr. Love, that's DRLOVE, and get 20% off. That's right, Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase today. Love this drink. Delicious. There's a dragon fruit. There's pineapple berry flavor. There's also strawberry banana flavor. My favorite, my top favorite. There's pineapple berry and there's lemon. Love this. Love Woo Energy. So get yourself some Woo Energy today. Use the promo code Dr. Love. That's DRLOVE. Get 20% off. I recommend the variety pack, and you can try all the flavors, and then pick out which one you like. Just like mine is strawberry banana. Here is iDrink. If you want the energy without the caffeine, or if you're trying to limit your caffeine intake, get iDrink. iDrink with the Q. Go to iDrink.com. Get iDrink. Great flavor here. It's a berry flavor. There's this one and there's the low sugar one. So get yourself some iDrink today. So let's get into this. AEW Dynamite again. Great show. We had the show kick off with the AEW World Championship match between MJF and Kevin Knight. Really loved this match, even though we knew MJF was going to win. Still a great wrestling match. Really loved the show. I enjoyed this match. Kevin Knight had a great match, and it was announced also this weekend that he signed a new multi-year deal with AEW, so he's staying with AEW. I got to meet Kevin Knight at All In Texas last year. Great guy. We had a great conversation about wrestling, New Japan Wrestling, and AEW. Glad he's staying with AEW and hope to meet him again later in the future. Uh, Great wrestling match again. I loved it. MJF won as we all knew was going to happen, but great showing with Kevin Knight, possibly a future AEW World Champion. Many people have laughed when I've said that, but he is one of the stars of the company and loved by many of the fans. So you never know, especially with Tony Khan. This is the alternative. We really don't have these mega type superstars like the WWE does, to where you pretty much know some of these guys or girls are not going to be world champion or get the shot. AEW's different. So I think Kevin Knight could have a shot for the AEW World Championship in the future. Now I wanted to get onto this next one because we had Clark Connors and Gabe Kidd face Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. Cassidy and Darby Allin won and defeated Connors and Kidd, but after the match we had David Finlay appear and attack Cassidy and Darby Allin. We There was there was some speculating he was going to possibly sign with a WWE, but they wanted to put him on NXT. Now, I'm sorry, but you don't give the guy like David Finlay and put him on NXT. A lot of people were saying, well, you had Kevin Owens on NXT and Sami Zayn on NXT and blah blah blah. Yeah, but they didn't need to. They didn't need it. Did they shine in NXT? Yes. But what does NXT got now? Yes, are they on the main roster? Sure. Kevin Owens got a little Universal title run. It was ended short due to an old man Goldberg in a few seconds. Has he been in some top feuds? Sure. United States and Intercontinental title champ? Sure. But what else did he get him? Same thing with Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins and such. Seth Rollins has seen much success in WWE. But enough of that. You don't put a guy like David Finlay on NXT. He could have went to Raw or SmackDown. It could have been a big asset over there in the Intercontinental or United States division. So you don't put him on the developmental brand. Disagree with that. I'm glad that he signed with AEW. We could see him with the War Dogs, which they're now called the Dogs. I was hoping maybe Tony Khan could buy the War Dogs name and continue it because Bullet Club has basically been retired in New Japan. They're retiring the name and the group. So I was hoping he could purchase that and we get Bullet Club back in AEW or Bullet Club War Dogs at least. Didn't happen. They're just called the Dogs. So still great for David Finlay to sign with AEW, and I see them fitting in with the Trios division really well. So got to see him in AEW. After the Dynamite review, going to go over some of the recent signings. So back to the card, we had the Brawling Birds versus the Inspiration. We got Brawling Birds. Brawling Birds, Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter go up against Inspiration, Cassie Lee, and Jessie McKay. And this was pretty much a squash match. And I've seen the criticism online for the Inspiration. They were talking about, oh, well, this is how they're going to treat him, etc. It's one match. Chill out. It's not going to be the end-all, be-all. They're eventually going to win the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships. They're eventually going to be one of the top women's tag team division. They add to the women's tag team division, so that helps. So I'm glad they're in AEW. They add to the women's tag team division because it's so needed, some women tag teams, and they are an asset to the division. And I love it. So, and makes the Brawling Birds look strong. And I love their finishing move, 2 birds, 1 stone. I love it. Great finishing move. So this was not a bad match. So next we get a little squash match with Hangman Adam Page versus some local talent, Marty Snow. Hangman ended it shortly. Out came Hangman gave a little promo. And then you had Jet Speed come out, and then you had the Don Callis family and Don Callis family, and they challenged Hangman Adam Page and Jet Speed, Jet Set Rodeo to the AEW World Trios uh, Championship, and it was confirmed. So we got AEW World Trios title match later in the main event. So uh, that was a pretty good segment. And for Hangman Adam Page, I really hope he does not lose, and we never see him challenge for the World Championship again. I really hope not. But big Hangman Adam Page fan. Am I going to think AEW is garbage after that if he does lose? No. Will I be disappointed and upset? Yes. Will I talk about it afterwards? Yes. But I'm still going to love and watch AEW. Still going to support Heyman Adam Page because he can still challenge for the TNT title, Continental, get in the Continental Classic and win that. Win the AEW International Championship, the National Championship. There's other championships he can go after than the AEW World Championship. I'm glad he got his 2 world title runs, especially in All in Texas last year. But I'm hoping this isn't the end. I didn't like it when they did it with Cody. Not going to like it now. Next, we had John Moxley versus Hechicero in a one-on-one match. This was a really good wrestling match. I loved it. Some people have complained, well, what was the point of this match? It's wrestling. This is the thing about AEW. They're called All Elite Wrestling. Many people complain, what was the meaning? What was the meaning? What is this? Why does everything have to have a dang on meeting? It was a wrestling match. We get a wrestling match on a wrestling show. Yet people complain about it because there's no quote unquote meeting. Where's the story? Blah blah blah. Sometimes you just don't need a story. Sometimes we can have a wrestling match. And guess what? Who's part of the Don Callis family? Takeshita. Who did John Moxley wrestle? Hechicero. Is Hechicero in the Don Callis family? Yes. So yes, it ties with the story of John Moxley facing Konosuke Takeshita at Revolution, no time limit match for the AEW Continental title. But in the end, Mox defeated Hechicero again in a great wrestling match. I loved it. Next, we get Swerve Strickland, or we get Brody King out. And he cuts his promo about Swerve Strickland and he calls him out. I love this segment, but my big critique was I did not like Brody King staring at the entrance ramp when he was calling out Swerve Strickland. Out came Prince Nana, and then Prince Nana was like, "Do you want this?" And then Brody King's like, "Yeah." So it hits Swerve's music, and for a few minutes or about a few seconds to a minute, a couple minutes tops, we're Swerve. But yet Brody King is still staring at the entrance ramp. Have him look around. Have him look around and Swerve pop up out of the corner somewhere, the corner that he turned from or something, and then attack him. But have him staring at the entrance ramp that long, like waiting. No, have him look around because there's more than one way to come in from the crowd. Hey, John Moxley comes out from the freaking crowd all the time. So that part just didn't make sense to me. That is my critique of it. But other than that, it was a good segment. I love how Swerve, he chained him up, pulled on it, gave a good promo. And what I would really love this to be a last man standing match. John Moxley, Swerve Strickland versus Brody King should be a last man standing match. These two would put on a banger last man standing match. I would really love for this to be a last man standing match. But if it's a one-on-one match, you're still going to give a great wrestling match. So then we have Tekla, the AEW Women's World Champion, go up against Thunder Rosa. Pretty much knew Tekla was going to win and retain the title, but you never know. Surprises could happen in AEW. Thunder Rosa could have won, but it didn't happen. Tekla won and defeated Thunder Rosa. Out came Chris Statlander at the end. And then later we get the announcement that they will be in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World Championship, which I love. I love that idea. So really good match and segment there. Tekla and Thunder Rosa get put on a really good wrestling match. And I'm sure we'll see Thunder Rosa back in it. I'm sure we'll even see her as AEW Women's World Champion again. Now we get to the main event of Proto Kata Aussie with Okada, Mark Davis, and Kyle Fletcher go up against Jet Set Rodeo, Hangman Adam Page, and Jet Speed, Speedball Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight in an awesome trios match. You had Okada, Fletcher, and Mark Davis come up with the win and are now your new AEW World Trios Tag Team Champions. And I love this because they actually given it to the titles are on an actual trios team or a group, I would say. And I really love how they did this with Mark Davis because since uh, Doyle has been out, he's going to be out with this with that bicep injury, and it's going to be a while. And I love how Mark Davis didn't become an afterthought, and he is still included in the matches and the storylines. So I love that, and he's got and he's got a championship. It's the AEW World Trios Championship. And now, like I said, with these, with the new recent signing with David Finlay, we have the Dogs as a trios team. We have Don Callis family. I mean, you got two teams in one with Don Callis family, and then you got other teams in the trios, the Rascals, even Outrunners and Dalton Castle. You got plenty of trios at LFI. You got some trios teams that add to this trios division and for the trios titles. So I like that. I love that they won. Great ending to Dynamite, and it's cool that we got two belts Okada and two belts Kyle Fletcher. And then I also love that Mark Davis got his trios a championship, even though it's the trios title. And I love how he's not an afterthought. So, MJF also interfered with this, cost them the title. But now you got Heyman centered in on MJF and that world title 100%. No distraction. He shouldn't, in my opinion, shouldn't have been a trios champion. They should have put that belts on Don Callis family or someone else besides them. They were just trying to get off the ops, dude. Powerhouse ops leaving for WWE. But still, you could put on any other trios team. To me, it was pointless putting the trios title on Hangman Adam Page. That's my only critique. But great Dynamite. Loved it from beginning to end. So speaking of the signings, these are the signings that we've had in 2026 alone for AEW. I'm going to go over this real quick. Now, I know that there's some people, oh, well, they already have plenty of wrestlers and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but not everybody wants to go to WWE and be used and go over to WWE. AEW is another new destination, a dream destination for wrestlers. Technically even said it in the Chris Jericho, Talk is Jericho interview. Elena Cross signed with AEW. Zeta Steel. Hechicero signed a dual contract. Dorado signed a dual contract. You got Ciampa that signed. Jake Doyle, formerly known as Jake Something at TNA. You got these guys from the Independents, Jordan Oliver and Alec Price. You got the Dogs with David Finlay, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. Paris Phone from CMLL, and news on her. She just won the CMLL Women's World title for Mercedes Moné. So congratulations to her. And the downfall of Mercedes Moné continues. I believe it's going to keep happening, and she's going to eventually return as a babyface to challenge for the AEW Women's World Championship. And then you had Andrade El Idolo, which I'm glad he's in AEW, and he's being used tremendously in AEW. Storylines, great matches. I mean, he's 3 of his matches alone this year on my candidates a match of the year. We're just in March. We're just 3 months into 2026, so plenty more matches to go down the line. But this is great for AEW. Adds to the roster, adds to each division, and I love watching Dorado wrestle. He's really great, and that's what I love about AEW is we got all these really great wrestling matches. You know, it's not just a lot of talking or segments or anything. There's a lot of wrestling matches. So I love this. I really do. Glad for everybody signed with AEW. Now let's get into Saturday's Collision. Great Collision. I enjoyed it. Good card, in my opinion. So we begin with the AEW World Tag Team titles on the line. FTR defending against the Rascals. We pretty much knew FTR was going to win, but it was a really good wrestling match, and we had FTR win, did the Shatters Machine on Wentz, and they got the win and retained the AEW World Tag Team titles. Like I said, great match, great, really great, and I loved it. We had Hook and Shibata, they were backstage. They're still recruiting for the ops and everything. And they approached Anthony Bowens. And this would be interesting to have Anthony Bowens in the ops. Would be really interesting. But I want to see the Acclaim back together. They were a really great tag team, and the tag team division could use them. Daniel Garcia defeated Tommaso Ciampa. Really great wrestling match. Two former TNT champions, so they can go and challenge for the TNT title. You also had the FTR come out, and they came out. Briscoe also came out to help Ciampa, and then they exited together. Or they came out, but then Ciampa attacked Briscoe. Looked like they was going to exit together, but then Ciampa attacked Mark Briscoe, and now it looks like Ciampa is siding with FTR, and there's another trios team for the trios division. So we got Ciampa and FTR, and then it's really good. I think they're going to have this for now until Johnny Gargano gets in AEW. So I'm pretty sure eventually he will, and then they could be in the tag team division. Someone told me that Gargano's contract will be up in August, so it's a long ways away, but that means he can debut at All In. So there you go. Swerve Strickland defeated Gravity, pretty much a squash match. It wasn't really that, but not bad. Pretty cool. Then we had the four-way tag team match, which was my match of the night. I love this match. We had Outrunners back. They're back on AEW TV instead of Ring of Honor. Private Party, LFI, again on AEW TV instead of Ring of Honor. Then you have the Swirl. So, again, really great wrestling match. I enjoyed it. So I really loved this four-way match. It was a four-way match for $200,000, but still really good. Private Party got the win, and they walk out with the cash. So then they announce for Revolution there will be a pre-show 21-man blackjack battle royal for the AEW national title. So that is going to be cool. Really love that. We'll get to the AEW Revolution card here in a minute. Mega Bane and Lena Cross defeated Timeless Love Bombs. I really love how they're pushing Mega Bane and Lena Cross as a tag team. To me, they go really great together, and it'll be cool to see them win the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. So really, a really good match with these four women. Then you had the Dogs debut in a squash match against local talent. Wasn't really. It was an okay match. One thing I really loved was when Gabe Kidd did some kind of power driver on one of the guys, and then he kind of rolled him back into Finlay for the finisher. That was a pretty cool touch there. So squash match, nothing really much to talk about here, but pretty good. We had Konosuke Takeshita and Claudio in an amazing main event. Really, this is my second favorite match of the night. Takeshita defeats Claudio, and wondering if he's going to win at Revolution and become the Continental Champion or not. But we'll see. But again, great wrestling match. Great way to end the show. Loved it, and I'm excited for Dynamite this Wednesday. We got Fletcher versus Speedball Mike Bailey for the TNT title. We got the TBS title on the line. Willow Nightingale up against the new CMLL Women's Champion Paris Phone. Young Bucks against FTR and Tommaso Ciampa in a trios match. Oh, Young Bucks and Briscoe, up against FTR and Ciampa in a trios match. And then you got Darby Allin and Cassidy versus the Dogs, Gabe Kidd and David Finlay. And then you have a press conference with Heyman Page and MJF. And another match that was announced, we have Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli now facing up against Konosuke Takeshita and Hechicero. So that's your AEW Dynamite. Now AEW Revolution. Again, we got the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royale for the AEW National title. Pretty sure there'll be a couple surprise entrants in there, and we'll see if there's going to be a new AEW National Champion. We also have Timeless Tony Storm go up against Marina Shafir, with everyone banned from ringside. So that's going to be a good one. We have the trios titles on the line with Okada Fletcher and Davis, putting them on the line against Mystico and Jet Speed, Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. And again, the one-on-one match between Swerve and Brody King. I would hope that becomes the last man standing match, but if not, still be a great match. We have a 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Women's World Title. Tekla versus Chris Statlander. That's going to be really good one. Those ladies are going to do their best to steal the show. But we all know who's really going to steal the show. Bandito versus Andrade. These two are going to put on one heck of a match. Can't wait for that. AEW World Tag Team titles on the line with FTR go up against Young Bucks. The no time limit match with John Moxley go up against Takeshita. These two going to really go. There's going to be no time limit in this match, and it's a pay-per-view. So we'll see how this goes and how long this goes with these two. I can't wait. Be ready for a long night for Revolution, because this match might take up to an hour alone. Maybe. I don't know. And then we get the main event, the AEW World Championship match, MJF versus Hangman Adam Page in Texas Death Match. If Hangman Adam Page loses, he can never challenge for the AEW World Championship again. And again, I hate this because I don't want to see that. I don't. Hangman Adam Page is one of the top stars of the company, and he should challenge for the world title. So I disagree. I disagree with this entirely. On that note, that's your AEW review. I want to do a little side note here real quick. We have one guy from New York. He kind of said something of loving pro wrestling. Take some positive pro wrestling and shove it where the sun don't shine. And it probably wasn't really specifically talking about me. Probably a lot of people like me, but hey. Listen, bro, if you do not like wrestling that much, if it is that garbage to you, then stop watching. Stop watching. Some people thought he was talking about me, and I sent the clip and got told about it. Whether he was or not, I don't know. But if he was, I don't care. I'm still enjoying and watching wrestling. I'm still loving it and having fun. If he is, or if he isn't, still don't care. But my comment, my response to that is, just love wrestling, bro. Enjoy and have fun. You ain't got to complain about everything. Not everything sucks. Not everything's garbage. So that's my AEW review. Those are my final thoughts. Appreciate all y'all. Love all y'all. And just remember, everyone, love professional wrestling. Have a blessed one.
Yeah! From the first bell to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Loves Wrestling.